Hello, it's me. It's Anoska. And today I wanted to talk about the question, are you too old to make music? So I've seen this a couple of times lately, for example on Reddit, where people are like, oh, I'm 20, I'm 25, am I too old to make music? And yeah, I really wanted to talk about that because I might have had the same thoughts in the past. So yeah, let's get into it. And right away, the answer is no, you're not too old to make music. In my opinion, you're never too old to make music, especially if you do it as a hobby. But also, if you're talking about having a career in music, and the question if you are already too old to start, I would say no. Or maybe not, probably not. So what I wanted to talk about is that, of course, in our society, we're very obsessed with youth, like beauty and youth and all of that. And yeah, you might have some advantages if you start very young. So you have more time to practice, more time to be creative, to come up with, new music and all of that. And yes, unfortunately, if you're really young, it's easier for you to just learn new things. So, for example, an instrument. But just because it's easier, that doesn't mean that it's impossible once you're a bit older, right? And especially nowadays, a lot of like big stars or upcoming stars, they start really young and they already get their following when they are teenagers or even kids. And of course, like these people start very young. But coming back to social media, like even if you're older, you can still use these tools to gain a following and to, bring your music out into the world and let people know about you. So this is not something that is exclusive to young people, right? And yes, it feels like I said, most people, most new stars are very, very young, but there are multiple examples in music where people just started when they were quite a bit older, right? So Leonard Cohen started his career in his 30s. Or Freddie Mercury, I think, was 27 when Queen released their first album. So not exactly a teenager either. And Sia didn't have any success until her late 30s. So it is possible. Might be a bit more difficult, yes. But there are also some advantages, in my opinion. Okay, so some advantages of starting when you're a bit older are, for example, that you had more time to build your actual life. So maybe get an education, get a job or something, and, get some financial security. Because a lot of people start very young and, if the fame dies out, right, and they run out of money, they don't really have anything to fall back on. So, an advantage if you start when you're older and you already have that is that you can always return to that job you had or, something like that. Also, it might be that you already, you have some more money maybe for gear and all of that and can just slowly transition. You just can start doing this as a hobby. And then, if you have the opportunity, you can just slowly start to, make this more your job, right? Yeah, also when you're older, I think there's less of a risk that you take decisions that you're absolutely not happy with. And I think most people get better judgment with time because you just had more time to get to know yourself and you know more what you really want, what you really like. And, at least that's the case for me. So as I'm getting older, I just learn how to trust my gut feeling and, really take decisions that I want to take and be less manipulated by other people. Also, if we talk about that, Club 27, like legendary musicians like Kurt Cobain or Amy Winehouse, Janis Joplin, dying really young at 27, they already had legendary status at that age, right? So that was really young. And sometimes I'm wondering, like, if they would have been famous a bit later in their lives, like maybe they would have been equipped better, with better judgment or whatever to protect themselves from the predatory industry. So not to victim blame. So I think if you're in an industry that is predatory and can be really harmful. That's not the musician's fault, right? But also there, I'm wondering, it could have been easier for them, maybe. So that's just a hypothesis I'm putting out there, just to say that when you're older, sometimes it's just better to know what you really want and what you don't want, right? Yeah, but even if all of these points don't apply to you, all of these advantages that I listed, it doesn't really matter in the end, right? Because I don't think that you're ever too old to make music. And regardless of whether you're 20 or 30, 40, 50, whatever, you will have to put in the effort and the work, to be successful and to make music and be creative, right? So in the end, it doesn't really matter. So, I mean, you also need a ton of luck, regardless of age, right? So don't hold back. If this is the sign you needed to start making music and starting to follow your dream, take it. Yeah, let me know. What do you think? Is there an age limit to making music? Is it too late at some point? Or what are your experiences? So if someone's watching who started really late, put it in the comments. That would be really cool. And yeah. Hope you liked this video, like, subscribe, and bye! Bonus cat!